Subscribe to UK Pensioner Hub for all the latest updates on pensioner benefits and entitlements. Picture this. You're rushing to a doctor's appointment, circling the car park for what feels like an eternity, when you spot those blue-marked disabled parking spaces sitting empty. You've got your state pension, you're of a certain age, and those knees aren't what they used to be. Surely you qualify for a blue badge now, right? Well, before you pull into that spot, you need to know the truth about who can actually park there legally. Today, we're diving deep into the world of blue badges, state pensions, and whether turning pensionable age automatically grants you access to those coveted parking spaces. The answer might surprise you, and getting it wrong could cost you hundreds of pounds in fines. Let me start with the burning question that's probably brought you here today. Does being a state pensioner automatically entitle you to park in disabled bays? The straightforward answer is no. Reaching state pension age alone does not qualify you for a blue badge. However, and this is crucial, many state pensioners do qualify for blue badges based on their health conditions, mobility issues, or disabilities. The key difference here is that it's your health status, not your pension status, that determines eligibility. The Blue Badge scheme is designed specifically for people with severe mobility problems or certain disabilities, regardless of their age. You could be 25 or 85, working or retired, the criteria remain the same. What matters is whether you meet the specific medical and mobility requirements set out by the government. So what exactly are these requirements? Let's break down who actually qualifies for a blue badge in the United Kingdom. There are two main categories: automatic eligibility and discretionary eligibility. For automatic eligibility, you qualify if you receive the higher rate mobility component of disability living allowance, 8 points or more for the moving around activity of personal independence payment, or if you receive War Pensioners Mobility Supplement. You're also automatically eligible if you've been awarded a lump sum payment within tariff levels 1 through 8 of the Armed Forces Compensation Scheme and have been certified as having a permanent and substantial disability. Additionally, automatic eligibility applies if you're registered blind, which means severely sight impaired. Many people don't realize that visual impairment can qualify you for a blue badge, but it absolutely can. The reasoning is that people with severe visual impairments may need to be dropped off or picked up closer to their destination for safety reasons. Now, discretionary eligibility is where things get more interesting for many state pensioners. You may qualify if you cannot walk at all, cannot walk without help from someone else or using mobility aids, find walking very difficult due to pain, breathlessness, or the time it takes, or if walking is dangerous to your health and safety. You might also qualify if you have a severe disability in both arms and cannot operate parking meters, have a child under 3 with a medical condition requiring them to be near a vehicle for emergency medical treatment or requiring bulky medical equipment, or have a child under 3 with a medical condition requiring them to be kept near a vehicle in case they need emergency medical treatment. Mental health conditions can also qualify you for a blue badge. You may be eligible if you have a severe and enduring mental health condition that means you regularly struggle with unfamiliar places or situations. This could include conditions like severe anxiety, autism, dementia, or learning disabilities. Here's where many pensioners find themselves qualifying. As we age, conditions like arthritis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, heart conditions, and other age-related mobility issues become more common. If you're a state pensioner experiencing any of these conditions that significantly affect your ability to walk or get around, you may well qualify for a blue badge based on your disability, not your age. The application process involves completing a detailed form about your mobility and health conditions. You'll need to provide information about your daily activities, how far you can walk, whether you use mobility aids, and details of any relevant medications or treatments. Your local council will assess your application, and they may request additional information from your GP or medical specialist. Some councils use independent assessors who might ask you to attend an assessment appointment. Don't be put off by this. It's simply their way of ensuring the scheme is being used appropriately. During these assessments, be honest about your worst days, not your best ones. Many people underplay their difficulties out of pride or stoicism, but this can work against you in the application. The cost of a blue badge varies slightly across the UK, but in England, it's typically around £10. In Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, the fees may differ slightly. The badge lasts for 3 years before you need to renew it, though if your condition is likely to worsen, you might want to note this in your application. Once you have your blue badge, what can you actually do with it? The benefits are substantial. You can park for free, and without time limit at parking meters and pay and display machines in many areas. You can park on single or double yellow lines for up to 3 hours in England and Wales, though not where there are loading restrictions shown by yellow curb markings. In Scotland, you can park on yellow lines for longer periods in some areas. Blue badge holders can also use designated disabled parking bays, which are typically wider and closer to building entrances. These spaces make a genuine difference to people with mobility issues, allowing them to access shops, medical facilities, and other services they might otherwise struggle to reach. However, the blue badge is not a free pass to park anywhere. You cannot park where it would cause an obstruction or danger to other road users, you cannot park on zigzag lines outside schools, and you must still observe loading bans and other specific restrictions. Some private car parks may not honor blue badges, though many do. It's absolutely critical that you only use a blue badge if you're the badge holder or if you're driving the badge holder somewhere. Using someone else's blue badge when they're not in the car is illegal and considered fraud. This includes borrowing a deceased relative's badge or using your spouse's badge when you're running errands without them. The penalties for misusing a blue badge are severe. You could face a fine of up to £1,000 and, in some cases, prosecution. Your local council takes blue badge fraud seriously because every misused badge takes a parking space away from someone who genuinely needs it. I've heard from many pensioners who've expressed frustration about the blue badge system. Some feel that reaching pensionable age should automatically grant them parking privileges. I understand this perspective, especially given that many people in their late 60s, 70s, and beyond do experience mobility difficulties. However, the system is designed to be based on need rather than age, and this actually protects the scheme from being overwhelmed. Think about it this way. There are currently over 12 million state pensioners in the UK. If all of them received blue badges, regardless of mobility, the disabled parking spaces would be constantly full, preventing those with the most severe disabilities from accessing them. The current system ensures that those who need these spaces most can actually use them. That said, if you're a pensioner struggling with mobility, don't let pride or misconceptions stop you from applying. Many older people tell me they don't want to be seen as disabled, or they feel others need it more. But if you genuinely struggle to walk distances, experience severe pain, or have conditions that affect your mobility, the Blue Badge scheme exists for you. Recent updates to the Blue Badge scheme have actually made it more inclusive. In recent years, the government has recognized that disability isn't just about physical mobility. People with hidden disabilities, including mental health conditions and conditions like autism, can now qualify. This is a positive step that acknowledges the diverse ways disability affects people's lives. For pensioners with dementia, this change is particularly significant. If you or a loved one has dementia and finds unfamiliar places distressing or becomes confused in public spaces, a Blue Badge application is worth considering. The badge can make outings less stressful and help maintain independence for longer. Another important point for pensioners is that you can hold both a Blue Badge and a concessionary bus pass. They serve different purposes, and having one doesn't prevent you from having the other. Your bus pass gives you free or reduced bus travel, while your Blue Badge helps with parking when you're driving or being driven. If you've applied for a Blue Badge and been turned down, don't give up. You have the right to appeal the decision. Many people are initially refused but succeed on appeal when they provide additional medical evidence or clarify how their condition affects them. Your GP, consultant, or occupational therapist can provide supporting letters that strengthen your case. As a state pensioner, it's also worth knowing that if you receive certain benefits like personal independence payment or attendance allowance, these can support your Blue Badge application. They demonstrate that your mobility or care needs have already been assessed and recognized by the Department for Work and Pensions. Looking ahead, there's ongoing discussion about how the Blue Badge scheme should evolve. Some advocacy groups argue for automatic eligibility at certain ages, particularly for the very elderly. Others emphasize maintaining the current needs-based system. Whatever changes may come, for now, the rules remain clear. State pension age alone doesn't grant you a Blue Badge, but qualifying health conditions do. So, to wrap this all up, being a state pensioner doesn't automatically give you the right to park in disabled bays, but many pensioners do qualify for Blue Badges based on their individual health and mobility needs. If you're struggling with walking, experiencing severe pain, dealing with breathlessness, or managing any condition that significantly affects your mobility, it's absolutely worth applying. Don't let misconceptions hold you back from accessing support you're entitled to. The Blue Badge scheme is there to help those who need it, regardless of whether they're 25 or 95. The application process might seem daunting, but thousands of pensioners successfully obtain Blue Badges every year. Be thorough in your application, be honest about your limitations, and provide as much medical evidence as you can remember. The system exists to support you, and if you genuinely need the help, you deserve to receive it. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe to UK Pensioner Hub for more updates on benefits, entitlements, and everything affecting pensioners across the United Kingdom. Hit that notification bell so you never miss vital information that could make a real difference to your life. Until next time, take care, stay informed, and make sure you're claiming everything you're entitled to.